Oh, we got our next tiebreaker match going to be happening soon. And that, of course, is going to be VGJ Storm versus compLexity.
Yep.
As we know,
And we got
Storm.
Cap Phil joining us today.
Cap's important too, yes.
Hi.
Storm could possibly qualify for TI here.
Yeah, this is we don't even play game 3, right? If they win.
Well, so I was informed we would still play the game because then rank 1 in the seed. Exactly. Okay. So there will still be a tiebreaker match after this as well, no matter what happens. But yes, whether or not Storm goes to TI.
What happens if we tie again?
So if they tie, then it goes to a repeat where they all play each other again. And if they tie that, it comes down to time rating. Or time, however, whatever that's called.
The time rating, depending on how fast you defeat your
opponent. Time rating to go
wouldn't that be something, yeah. I mean, it's at a point, though.
It has to tie twice.
Yeah, it won't happen. It'll be fine.
I was saying if you're the team that won the first game and you're in the final game of the time rating, do you just pick, like, techies, tinker, you know? Just try to
stall out the game as much as possible.
Like, it doesn't matter if you lose, just make it be a 90-minute game. But,
that would be a tactic, yeah.
Yeah, I just, that's theory crafting for down the road. I mean, I think, so compLexity took the game off of VGJ, right? They were the one team that beat them.
Yes, they were the one team that beat them. That's why they're here in the first place. Yeah.
Okay, so, I mean, this is...
Hey, Grant.
If, the reason why we have a 3-team round robin is because each team in the group stage took a game off of each other.
Yep.
So VGJ beat Optic in the group stage.
Yes.
So that, kind of could be expected. Not saying it's how it works, but... Now we've got the team that beat VGJ in the group, so
compLexity should win here.
I mean, just saying, it's not it's not like even though most people probably think VGJ is on average the better team, they did lose to compLexity.
These are 3 deserving teams that wouldn't be surprising to see ultimately all 3 go to TI. It's kind of the point you're getting at.
BSJ.
Yeah.
Before we do this, you do realize you kept Baidu out of the playoffs, right? Because if they would have beat you, right, as expected.
And they were the favorites to win the qualifier, so being. I
do have one thing. Maybe I shouldn't, but doesn't stink like how Baidu and Immortals are 1-1, but Immortals
between the two teams.
But Immortals is through.
Oh, so Immortals won, by the way.
Yes, Immortals did beat Baidu. They will be last seed, but they are in the bracket. Just to me, I know it sucks, but they knew going into it, right? Like if you know going into it, give it your all. Just kind of stinks for Baidu because they were a fun underdog to root for. But yeah,
Sammy Boy Ursa too strong, dude.
Yeah,
kept
that's
him
the
out
only
of
thing that's too strong for Sammy Boy. Because just kidding. But yeah, no, I'm excited. VGJ compLexity. I don't know. Going in, I was like, compLexity, are they tier 2, tier 1? They're tier 1. This is gonna be a hype ass match. Hit me with that.
Hit it up.
VGJ Storm need a break. So.
What do we got here?
Oh, they need.
We got some
a jerky
pizza in a bag.
I'm just saying, I just ate. So
did I. But if you can't eat pizza in a bag, Cap, who is you? You're a K Kona alongside of me. Man up and eat some damn jerky.
I'll do it as well.
Okay.
Let's all start with a different one, and we'll like rotate.
Okay, go down the line here. Okay. First off, we got to figure out how to open this thing.
I like this.
Are we all trying like one of each or something?
Yeah.
Which one is this? I got the
I've only had the pizza flavored one.
Supreme pizza style? Is that
or the default pepperoni one?
This one doesn't have it.
I did the awkward opening right on top, so it's not actually open, and I can't do anything about it.
So would an average American be able to have a very easy time opening that package?
No, man.
Okay, you're supposed to say yes.
Yes.
Okay,
the average American.
I'm trying to help us out. I'm trying to help us out.
I don't know what I did to this.
You destroyed
Cap.
Oh my God. Are you guys all having trouble?
I
did have trouble initially.
Right.
I'll be honest.
So let me give you, as the food connoisseur,
I don't think I can say
pepperoni pizza style.
I need a scissors or knife.
We're gonna stab this thing.
Okay. Camera off, PG.
There we go.
Recommended way to open your pizza in a bag.
Do we have an instant replay of what Cap did?
Here we go. All right, so what do we do
here?
here? I got this Supreme pizza style. All right.
The pepperoni pizza one tastes like a pepperoni with marinara sauce. It is actually very good. I enjoy it.
Okay, I'm handing this off.
Agreed. Oh, I got it.
That's good stuff.
Oh. Now we can enjoy some buffalo pizza.
That's some good stuff.
Okay, let's just all try a piece of each, and then we'll say like our top 3 in that order and what we're doing.
Okay. Who's gonna have the one that's been opened for a day?
Pepperoni.
Here's the pepperoni.
No, hand me that.
What the hell?
Supreme pizza.
I've had the buffalo. Buffalo's still my favorite, I'll say, but I'll try Supreme.
I like how they're shaped like pepperonis.
Yeah. It does. I like it. It tastes like pepperoni with
It really completes the illusion that you're eating pizza.
Yeah.
So this is pepperoni. Okay.
I think I like Supreme the most, actually. Surprisingly.
I think I'm right.
I'm not a big Buffalo. I'm not a big Buffalo fan.
I think you're right.
In general, I don't like Buffalo style anything. So.
I didn't have that one.
Yeah, do you have the Buffalo
You guys
over there?
aren't chewing into the mic?
No, I'm not.
I wasn't.
The audience needs to help experience the jerky tasting
it's like
with
when you crack open a Monster. That shit better be crisp.
Hey, you guys have the Buffalo?
Oh, yeah.
It's Buffalo.
This needs to be a...
Here, you can leave
So my ranking is Supreme,
Steak both.
pepperoni.
Did you get one?
No.
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Me? I will go Supreme as well. I think Supreme Buffalo pepperoni, but
Supreme?
the Supreme one, like, it's pizza and it's the beef jerky. Like, it combines so perfectly. Like, the pepperoni one's really good. If you really like pepperoni, that would be your top one because it tastes a lot like pepperoni. But like, the Supreme incorporates the beef jerky like super impactful. I really like Supreme. I don't know, it was good.
Yeah, it was very good.
That actually tastes like a hot wing.
The Buffalo one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I liked it. I love hot wings.
That's like really weird. Like not in like a bad way. It's just like you actually. It's like eating a hot wing that doesn't.
But it's not a hot wing.
It doesn't feel like a hot wing.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of spicy though. Ugh.
You're also the guy who thinks cucumbers are spicy.
Cucumbers are killer. Okay. Don't judge me.
Okay, so what are you guys in order? What are your three?
I'm a little surprised. Again, I'm not a Supreme pizza fan in general, but
so I am.
That was
really good.
I'll put that second though because Buffalo was pretty good. So Buffalo, Supreme, pepperoni, all good though.
I think the Buffalo is actually the best, and I've had the pepperoni before, so I'll go Buffalo Supreme pepperoni as well.
I'm surprised. So
I'm a pepperoni pizza fan, so that is actually surprising for me to say.
Pepperoni average was low, but Supreme, I think Supreme seems to average at a 1.4 level, so that's not too bad.
The ease to eat this, very nice.
Yeah, well, if you have scissors,
it's also
you're not dumb. If you're not dumb, it's very easy to open.
It's also made in the U.S. of A. That's got that going for you too. So
didn't even import it.
No.
Yeah.
BTS.gg/pizza. You can actually pay less than we paid for it. 10% off over there.
Wow.
Code
we
BTS.
didn't use our own discount?
Nope.
Wow.
Something else that we're also doing, the giveaway that we got going on here. A couple of prizes see on your screen. The GSP 500 headset, the GSX 1000 there, and then pizza in a bag on top of that, the same pizza that we have in front of us.
You two can decide which one is your favorite.
That exactly is true. BTS.gg/giveaway.
I think you do have to try all three of them because, like, if you try one of them, you're like, oh, that's it. But they all three do have very distinct flavors. They do. Facts.
We're waiting on VGJ Storm, by the way. compLexity's ready to go. They're asking about how much time they have and everything, so they're antsy.
Are they aggressively antsy, like if it was Kyle?
Z-Freak just said
we accept the forfeit.
Yeah,
so.
they are ready. They're counting down.
It runs in the family. I mean, Kyle would be like, we're taking the forfeit, not can we accept it. Kyle would be like, it's over.
Maybe Z-Freak was actually the aggressive one all along.
Oh, and he
went
through Kyle.
Yes,
Kyle just did it because he felt scared, and
he was a surrogate.
Just telling him what to do.
Maybe.
Wow.
That's good.
Very possible.
So how can you? So I was casting the Baidu versus Immortals game. Can you explain to me what happened in the VGJ Optic?
You got this, or
well, Optic pick Huskar, fourth pick, and it didn't really feel right.
It got countered by a last pick SF, so it didn't have this like dominant lane matchup. And then they also had a Clockwork on MSS, who was against an Axe, Naga, Visage, and Huskar, all of which you died a clock, and you just went 8-0 and 17 on a 4-position clock.
Like so early adaptation already. Like, we're not even in the brackets, right? Like, people are like, how do you counter Huskar? Well, guess what? Huskar might not be picked in NA anymore unless it's last pick.
I feel like you have to have like a Kunkka or an Ember type hero, and those heroes are actually not getting picked nearly as often anymore because they're just getting Huskar.
Yep.
So you have to have that accounted for.
So, compLexity is relatively new. If you're like me and you've been covering the South American qualifiers and you haven't seen
Pain Gaming
pretty much any of compLexity,
yes,
what are they like?
NA. I'm not your mom. Why are you asking me? You're the analyst, bro. No,
I literally just told you I haven't watched any compLexity games.
Z-Freak is
Marana.
Yeah.
Z-Freak's Marana earlier.
Z-Freak is back on his BS. He is owned. He's just running around, and he is playing Windranger, Marana. He's playing these like really aggressive lane supports that have just been owning. He shut down a Chen with his Marana, as we saw
and that
earlier.
was the first match today with these two teams. So obviously that's going to be hot, in the mind of both these teams. And
They play Chen. If Chen is let through, they will first pick it for 3-4-3, I believe. Or
okay.
Adam, pardon me. Like,
they
Z-Freak didn't play it, Adam played it.
What was it like playing against them?
I mean, it was brief. No, I'm kidding. Basically,
you're not kidding. It was.
When I watch their games as well as play against them, I feel like they're not quite as clean as the other teams like past 30 minutes, but their like laning stage first like 20 minutes is top tier in my opinion. Like the way they organize their lanes, the drafts are still very good. Their overall rotations and movements. Like if I was talking to Breaky about it, I feel like if you guys haven't noticed in every region that there's like 2 lane swaps in the first 6 minutes of the game. Like every single game, it feels like some random gank, and they're quite good at that. I feel like, and so in this game or in this patch where the laning stage matters so much, I feel like that's why they're able to take games off of VGJ, because if you establish that like 7-8K gold lead, then it's pretty hard to lose at that point. I saw them playing against, I believe it was the Baidu King stack, where they had this massive lead and managed to give it up and make it a game. So that's why I was saying I don't feel like they're quite as clean as the other teams.
What are they
still
drafting
won the game.
for Moo? I saw a Phantom Lancer
Half the
game.
time he's off laners.
Okay.
He's
That's
like a
what I
Night
was wondering.
Stalker or a Slardar or something.
Yeah,
a lot of Slardar, and we did. I mean, he won the EG game with his Brood when he played the Brood mother.
Okay.
That was big.
10th pick Brood. So, yeah, definitely watch out. If it's a Brood game, they will pick Brood very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
They instant picked it last time, so, yeah.
I feel like the lanes are so impactful now that if you, like, cheese this last hero, you just win the game. Almost certainly. Like, obviously, Huskar's not nearly the cheese hero if you don't last pick it, but when you last pick that Brood, like, Moo just single-handedly... I mean, obviously, it's not just him that wins the game, but they had no way to deal with Brood, and they just lost all their buildings to a Brood.
That's where it feels like... I don't know. Have you guys continued to see success from Dro Ranger? Because I feel like Dro is also kind of one of those heroes because it's not just the Dro lane, but also the other lanes.
Especially with Storm, yes.
Okay.
I would not be surprised to see that banned here, in fact. I think compLexity actually banned the Drow in their earlier game against them.
Isn't it? It kind of goes with, like, 2-1-2 lanes, right? Because, like, Drow, like, you're not feeling pressure. Like, usually you could just tri-lane a Drow. You can make her kind of useless, maybe make her go to the offlane. Nowadays, she can just sit there, right, and get farm, and she's actually impactful plus 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Which, elderly, like, she was a 5th pick. If you don't win by 30 minutes, you lose with a Drow. But now, there's actually late-game Drows owning. It's weird.
Our last game in the Grand Finals was a Dro Ranger with Wisp.
Yep.
How did they end up losing that game? I saw they were up by, like, 5,000
it was just a couple of things. One of them was... oh, God. Adriana was out of position when they went and pushed the mid-tier 2. And they got picked. He got picked off, and then it turned into like 2 more kills. There was another fight where they got away off for relocate, but they didn't go far enough away, and they lost another 2 more heroes. There's so many like fights like that where you could point to and say like that was a very big swing for them to lose as badly as they did. Especially like if they could have just cut it off at just 1 death, it would have been okay. Or if they just 5-manned a little bit better and not allowed that opening in the first place, I think they could have actually closed out that game. But
generally with Drow lineups, you have this like the ability to defend yourselves just by hitting people really hard. So when you lose like 1 hero, your defense kind of goes down significantly more than any other draft, just because you don't have that high damage output threat. So then if you lose 1, you usually lose a lot on a Drow lineup, and that's kind of like in the past why Drow lineups are kind of high execution threshold, because if you do lose that 1 or 2 like out of position heroes, you're probably going to get wiped, or at least like 3 heroes. So that's just kind of unfortunate. You know, we were talking about it, and obviously very happy for Pang. Congratulations to them. But you know, Stan King 2 years in a row, 1 game off.
1 game away. That's unfortunate. Yeah.
Same with Flea.
Obviously, you can see the draft has begun. Chen banned from VGJ Storm. Mentioned earlier how they picked it. Didn't work too well. They did not want to give it up.
Bloodseeker becoming a first-round ban every game because he's
in NA,
Yep, it's just a lane-dominating hero, and when all the lanes are contested, everyone's losing health.
Yep.
Right.
So. It changes the entire game globally without like the normal. We can kill you, but you just make one lane so much stronger because of it.
Yep, and what happens is the other lanes are like more than happy to just say we're going to throw all of our resources at you. It doesn't matter if you do it the same to us. Our Bloodseeker now has 40 damage and 40 move speed.
Yep.
And he's going to win his lane because of it.
I have a feeling Mirana is going to be heavily contested in this match,
absolutely.
Sure.
If it's not banned here, it will be picked or banned in the first round.
First couple.
No way otherwise. And Naga being a very notable pick with that. So I feel like we're going to see some semblance of Naga Clockwork Mirana again. Like, because of what we saw last draft, I feel like...
I think Naga,
Because Naga Marana is just so hard to lane against.
Venno feels like one of those throwaway bans almost. It's like good enough to ban maybe, but it's also like we want to keep a lot of options open ban.
It's weird. Complexity themselves has played it the most, I think. There's like
that's why I almost say that, yeah, because VGJ Storm, it's not like they've been running it, have they? So
very interesting, man. You're right. Like, I mean, the hero just prevents you from taking his towers.
Look at that first pick, Marana. We have evolved.
Do they deny pick?
You have
weird.
You go like Naga Jakiro, yeah.
Yeah, but then you go Clockwork.
Who cares?
True.
You got Naga Jakiro.
I'm just saying, Clockwork is so good against Naga. That's what I was actually going to say. Is if you
saw that, yeah.
If you pick the Marana now, like, what did they?
Damn.
Like, you can't really deny pick what they want, and now they have the second pick, so they'll know what the 4 is most likely.
Now you have the threat of Drow on VGJ Storm already with just the Marana.
Yep.
But don't you just make sure that, I mean, failing the Draw Ranger pick, like, don't you just make sure your mid matchup is good? Or is, like, how's VGJ been playing Marana? Because nobody else is playing support but complexity, right?
Yeah, they've played it all 3 lanes, I'm almost certain.
Yeah, Resolution just played at the previous game there.
Oh, okay.
In the side lane, yeah. And so it's just a hero that can go off lane now in this patch, because in this patch, it's not even like you always have to have a traditional off laner. You just pick 3 cores, and you put one of them in the off lane.
Yep. 2-1-2 lanes for you.
Could be a Moon Knight Stalker. With this team, you really don't know.
They are thinking about Naga. Not saying they're thinking about picking it, but they have to consider Naga being the very likely pick for VGJ second here. So they don't want to pick another hero that just dies to net. Okay, that just you can disjoint the net with the W.
You sounded a little. You're like, I got to think of something.
No,
that's
no.
Good.
I'm just like saying that they're almost certainly going to pick Naga or Clockwork here.
This is a up your sleeve pick here, because where the hell is Dark Willow second pick coming from for complexity? That's
we saw EG play it once in one of their losses. That's the only time
wow! Oh wow, they took the draw.
Yeah,
okay.
y'all are welcome.
In my experience, this Dark Willow, since the nerfs, this hero just. Part of the reason it was so strong when it was first opened was that it did such an overwhelming amount of damage, but now the damage actually feels pretty low. And then the disables that you have, the Brambles, I think is easily worked around early on when it comes to laning phase and such. And then the other stun is okay, but it doesn't have that immediate impact. So it feels like this support can look really lackluster because it just doesn't provide enough. It doesn't give you any instant disables. It doesn't give you like this instant damage either. So it feels like this hero really needs to have a strong laning phase so you can be ahead of the enemy where your Bedlam is a lot more effective.
Yeah.
I think they're going to look towards a hero like PL for complexity. Oh, well, there it is. Never mind.
Brood and PL. Oh.
Brood makes sense, obviously. One of the key problems for a Drow lineup.
They got to be a Naga here, right? It's like such a good pick still for Storm.
I agree that those like Clockwork Nagas, their 2 bans would absolutely make sense because you know they picked the Drow instead of those 2 heroes because they knew you'd ban Drow in the second round. So if you ban those 2 heroes, there are still heroes though. Like I think Spearbreaker would still be very good for VGJ.
Well, if they want to pick Spearbreaker, I mean,
I'm just saying though, like you want this melee frontliner that soaks up all the damage for you in the laning stage and also represents a threat, right? That's how you play Marana. Yeah. So just if you remove the Clockwork Naga, I feel like there are other options. I just threw Spearbreaker out there because he's good against Night Stalker for the vision.
Oh, yeah, true.
If you Naga'd yourself, it would allow you to be able to get on top of Draw Ranger in just like 1 or 2 of these team fights.
That's possible, yeah.
And then it does set up the Dark Willow to hit a Brambles immediately on Marana and Dro.
Okay.
Because they get the next pick.
So they could that's the only reason I could see them not banning Naga Siren here. Because I think you're right. I think it would look very good for VGJ Storm.
You can't do anything about Naga Siren sleep into arrow. So, like, you can't even BKB out of it if the arrow's on top of you when they remove the Naga sleep.
And as a laning phase tool, it works really well with Marana. And then as a reset tool for Draw Ranger, it really works really well. It's like on so many levels, it's strong.
If they don't pick or ban it, you know they know it's coming. Like, it's just one of those things where they're either planning for it or picking or banning it, because it's not like we can see it and they can't.
Man, y'all are hella smart. I just want to say that.
Except for if we are just completely wrong.
Yeah, that's why I'm just chilling right here. I'm waiting. Like, I don't have to be right.
You
guys are wrong. No, I mean, it does feel weird, right? Naga getting through to the second phase just in general feels weird without getting picked or banned.
We said that earlier, though, with the Chen pick for VGJ Storm. We're like, what was complexity thinking? Then we saw the answer. So, you know, like maybe there's something along those lines, but it's
Yes, if we see them get Naga, we're going to see something we didn't expect, right?
Well, we already see that with the Dark Willow, to be fair.
That's true. That's true.
Man, they really are using a bunch of time here, so they're done at 20 seconds now. Okay.
Dumbass. Just kidding.
Wow.
This is
better have the Immortal, I'll say that.
It does feel like they have they're still drafting Kyle-ish, right? Like it's a best of one. If you lose this, it guarantees VGJ Storm is at TI.
Yeah.
Like you do play another game versus Optic for first seed, but like you're going all in for this chance at TI right now in a best of one.
Joe Ranger does have a problem dealing with the Darkseer pressure.
She does.
She just gets pushed under tower all the time. I would have expected either Pango or Brewmaster for compLexity, because I think you want a really strong team fighter that just is able to get in there for you. But Darkseer does that kind of, but he's not like an active threat. He really needs somebody to work with.
They do lack follow-up to the vacuum as of now. Like, you have Terrorize, but it's not like you're not trying to vacuum
and
into
make him go away. Yeah. See ya.
Maybe like a Sven type hero or anything like if this. Usually it's a core Night Stalker, right? But this is probably the one hero in the patch that can enable a support Night Stalker with the Darkseer.
But at the same time, do you like support Night Stalker with Darkseer?
I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying that, like, you have to have some way of enabling his laning stage, right?
Yeah.
You're not doing Willow. So
well, this is going to be a Moon Knight Stalker, you can figure too.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's possible. Like they're the team that absolutely is willing to do this with absolute last pick, because if you have that absolute last pick, you'll get the lane counter in the mid lane, so then you can reliably pick a hero that's going to carry you from the mid lane. But they do have to pick a hero that synergizes with Darkseer in the laning stage, and I feel like a lot of them are banned or not good looking here.
Do you like, so there's Sand King, Slardar.
So they actually just say this is a 4-position Night Stalker. I mean, I have to assume that's what they're saying.
Or is he? He has
done that before.
Has he actually?
He's crazy, man.
We have seen that.
Okay.
So
Dude drinks orange juice out of a mason jar. Of course he's going to play friggin' Darkseer support. That's not an insult. It's just, who else drinks orange juice out of... Yeah, it's it.
Who plays Darkseer support?
Exactly.
compLexity's going off the wall. VGJ Storm's like, all right, we'll just pick very standard stuff right now.
This is just, it's
I
like
mean,
the most
Slark's good against Drow Mirana. Mirana can't escape Leash with Leap, and Drow obviously sucks against any hero that gets on top of her.
No.
You have Disruptor. You have Disruptor Naga
that's
Siren.
the pick.
And you have Disruptor against Slark. You have Disruptor against Darkseer.
You have Disruptor against Night Stalker.
It's over. I'm out.
Is that good? I thought you didn't like the vision problem.
I think it's good in sense of like Night Stalker relying on mobility and then you glimpsing him back.
Yeah,
obviously, the vision reduction is annoying, but is there a support they can pick that gives vision? No. I don't think so.
I mean,
there's no 5 with night vision, right?
Other than Wyvern would still be interesting, actually.
Wyvern, yeah.
Wyvern probably is too weak in lane, though, so you can't pick that.
It's either that or Jakiro, right? But I feel like...
Okay. For the Ion Shell?
For the eventual Huskar pick.
Yeah.
I think it's just for the Ion Shell, but you could pick Huskar as well.
Yeah,
there it is. There it is. I'm fine with that.
That was an immediate ban of like, okay, yeah, we're gonna get rid of that one.
Honestly, you said they had problems with like the lane pressure from the Darkseer, so they just pick Oracle. I think that's not a bad pick at all. It's a little bit weak in laning stage, but the fact that it like completely nullifies this Darkseer makes it not so weak in the laning stage anymore.
Purge, yeah.
You have 2 saving mechanisms for the Drow Ranger and Mirana.
Drow doesn't capitalize on Oracle nearly as well as most cores, though, because she usually will just be in the middle of everything and have no mobility and die anyway.
But at least Oracle has really high attack speed, so she takes advantage of the the Drow Ranger aura.
Especially,
yeah, low base attack time, low damage. So, is it a he?
I
believe it is
one of
those.
It's
one of those crazy ones. He's an Oracle.
Tell us about the lore.
You want the lore?
Tell us about the lore.
Oracle is stationed on the Pantheon of Dota. Now, the Pantheon, you have Zeus, you have Oracle, and you have his brother who's not yet in Dota yet, who's going to be a new hero. And those 3 rule the land of Dota, but occasionally they want to fight. And this game, Oracle is ready to fight.
Lena pick based on the TA ban?
For those of you who don't know the lore of Dota 2 and you're thinking about getting into it and you're like, wow, that sounds like a really dumb concept. Don't worry, GranDGranT.
Or what if they think it's a real cool concept? That is a sick concept.
Yeah.
If Oracle and Zeus and an unnamed hero, like I set up
I think it's going to be
Valve.
Beastmaster.
Y'all are welcome.
Okay, I love how Breaky's. Yeah,
I'm
honestly,
just having my own conversation.
I admire
over here.
your persistence to get us back into this game of Dota 2. I wouldn't mind Beastmaster.
BSJ did call Lena as well. Yeah.
It's Lena.
I think it's Lena though. I think you don't put Mirana mid here because you're against Slark. You don't want it to be like your two position.
No, DK.
Okay, we've been seeing a bit of that because he becomes ranged.
Yeah.
He isn't ranged in the laning stage, but it becomes ranged. They did need a frontliner to some extent, so I guess that's probably better. If you pick like a Lena, you have 3 cores that die to Slark. And even though Slark like feeds off of you for Essence Shift, he doesn't exactly burst you or anything like that.
And you do get percentage-based damage reduction.
Yeah, they have damage issues.
Steal stats, so.
Yeah, they have damage issues for complexity. Like they need a hero in the mid lane that lanes well against DK, and I think like Ember probably stands out to me the most by far.
Get into that back line. Like you have to get you need somebody who gets on top of the Oracle, right?
Fortune's in though is a problem though for a hero like Ember the Purge
as well. Yeah.
I think Ember or Storm are the 2 heroes that stand out to me.
Yeah, and then Storm.
Ancient Apparition.
Or Kunkka.
Kunkka. That's the limp Kunkka. Maybe?
That has to be.
I mean, who knows? Z-Freak, Night Stalker, okay.
It's a counter to Naga Siren, and you do at least give a good, like, kind of frontline presence. Can get on top of some of these heroes sometimes with X.
The X is good against the every draw lineup's heavily positioning reliant, so having that X to catch people out. But you do have the Oracle to prevent the bow combo, which is like really strong because you know it's coming. It's like a 4-second delay, so you just I honestly don't even know what the second ability is called. Fate's Edict.
Fate's Edict.
Yeah, Fate's Edict the hero, and they take no magic damage. So I don't like it in that sense, but otherwise I do see why they picked it.
I'll be honest. Until I see like Cole play the laning phase, I'm pretty heavily in favor of VGJ Storm. Just looking at the drafts. But you lose a laning phase, right? Like that's half of Dota right now. Like,
yeah.
A big laning phase, like your Night Stalker, your Darkseer just own a lane.
BSJ was talking about the last
Every single one of these complexity heroes at like 25 minutes, they have a weak point.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. Like Kunkka, it makes that transition from going to magic to physical damage. Yep. That's his weak point. You have this Slark, who's just not quite online yet. He goes from the Shadowblade pickoff area, and then he needs to turn into a good team fighter with late game items, a BKB. His weak point is around that 30-minute marker as well. You've got the 2 supports in Night Stalker and Dark Willow, who aren't going to be terrible at that point, but they're also not going to win you team fights as well. And then your last one is going to be the Darkseer, who doesn't, like, he combos off of Kunkka a bit, but it's also, like, at that point in time, the Ion Shell is less effective, and you're not quite to the point where your wall, like, can win you a fight if you get a good wall vacuum. So it's pretty much, I feel like it's entirely on them getting some really sick synergistic team fights, where vacuum, torrent, boat lands to be able to stop this Draw Ranger from ending the game.
And they can. Like, all it takes is one big team fight.
I think this entire game is on Slark's start because he's the hero that punishes VGJ for separating. So if he has a good start, like a 12, 13-minute Shadowblade, they're going to have to group up. And the one thing about the Kunkka is that he does D-push really well. So the efficiency from VGJ on the map will just not be there because all of their heroes except for DK die to Slark. So it's just like one of those things where I look at this game, I think that complexity is going to have problems in the laning stage, though, just because you have this Darkseer hero who's completely countered by the enemy 5. And like Cap mentioned, they will have this vulnerability period where they don't want to fight on these heroes, and you're against a Drow lineup, so you're going to be forced to fight.
Yeah, if you get to a point where, like, you could do the X, blink, hit, and do a good amount of physical damage. VGJ Storm don't have a sustain hero.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they don't have an offlaner that gets you mech and Crimson Guard and that sort of thing. So that can be problematic for VGJ ending the game.
So who do you have, Cap?
I would definitely take VGJ Storm.
Me too.
This game.
All right, complexity it is.
Okay.
Lone Rider over here.
There it is.
Did it yesterday. It worked.
Granners?
What?
He's not feeling well. Oh, that's odd. Apparently, Moo Meanders had to step away for a minute here as
he's in the
pause.
water closet.
I don't think that's what that meant.
Yeah, it is. WC means water closet.
Water closet, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Canadian thing.
Okay, that's
German.
what it means.
Call me out. I know my languages.
Well.
They call my nickname in high school used to be the Tower of Babel.
I don't think
What does that mean?
I speak all languages.
Not Babelfish.
Nah.
Nah.
That's where you learn. I already learned. I learnify others. I'm excited. I love.
Is your name Tower of Babel because you got too arrogant? You were struck down by God. Is that why?
That's what I was. That's where I was going with it.
Oh God, gotta go.
See you at TI, suckers. Never mind.
Look, I don't know. What does Z-Freak do in lane here? He does have the Orb of Venom. Okay. Last time he didn't. He had like 2 Mangles and a Fairy Fire. And I'm like, I don't think that's ever the. Maybe it is, but I think you have to have an Orb of Venom on this hero.
Yeah, any hero with low right click, you have to.
Yeah. The last time I saw it was because they had like Wind Ranger, and Wind Ranger got the orb.
True, it was a 5. You're right.
But I assume it's gonna be the Night Stalker with the Darkseer, right? Or will it be the Dark Willow?
I imagine it will be Night Stalker.
Just a tri-lane blows all our minds.
I don't know how they play this around Fortune's End because it's a very low cooldown removal of the Ion Shell, 15 seconds.
Yeah. 75 mana.
Plus, you need the ranged hero to help it like offset the Mirana advantage at top.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slark should have issues in this laning stage, so I can't imagine him. Like, look at he did buy a ton of regen, but I like the fact that they're smoking to try to establish like an early advantage. They might even put Slark off lane.
I think, like you said, right, it's going to be a lot of lane swapping early. They want the good lane versus Drow.
They want Slark. I think they want the Slark versus Drow, if that's what you're saying. Yes. Yeah, because I don't think he can lane versus Naga Mirana in the slightest.
Wait, I called your name because did you give a prediction? Did you say VGJ?
I said VGJ. Okay. I said I'm excited. I think Cole definitely has a chance. If they win 2 of the 3 lanes, I think Cole has a really good chance. But I'm not sure you do that versus Drow.
By the way,
it's scary.
I think Adam just walked down, warded right on top of this VGJ.
Oh, was that spotted or a place first?
They pinged on Resolution, so on Snaking. Snaking's playing Mirana this game.
Yeah, it was pinged first.
So this is a Resolution Drow. Very interesting to see these teams like this that, like, it feels like Drow's not really the one, you know? She's the carry, but not really the hero that ends up winning you the game usually. She just makes everyone else win you the game. So having a player like Rezo on that's very interesting.
Similar to like a Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah.
In that one role. Moomiander.
Blitz was talking about that. He said that Rezo was the one who asked for Drone Ranger in their first game that they won. Yeah. And he said that it showed maturity from Rezo because it used to be on DC that he never wanted to play Drone Ranger, even when Misery said it was a good game for it. Because it wasn't a 1v5.
It's a Drow Ranger. What do you, like, if you want to look good, you don't pick a Drow
Ranger.
No
carry wants to play Drow, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, it's just the hero that you're expected to have a terrible star because you're a weak laner.
That's so sick.
That's really cool, yeah. Props to Moomiander. Coming through. All right, but Creep's going to be killed off quickly.
So when you play this as the Darkseer, what you just do is, like, you spread out your Ion Shell usage. So you put, like, 1 on the Creep. You never double Ion Shell on them because
they'll just purge 2 at once.
SVG wants to make the value play. He's not going to pop his Purge knowing that you have another Ion Shell ready to go.
They do lane the Slark against Naga Mirana, though, so that's going to be a little rough for him. Both heroes are just traded quite favorably with Slark.
What are Naga's starting items? Sorry, I assume Stout Shield plus 3 mana is okay at the normal.
So middle matchup, DK versus the Kunkka. Right now, very even.
Yeah, should just be trading here.
Until what, like level 2 or 3 Tidebringer doesn't Kunkka just like out deny him hard until he gets Soul Ring?
How does like Dragon Breath reduce or damage reduction work with Tidebringer?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. But the thing is, until you get Soul Ring, I think Kunkka actually like wins that at level 3. But then you get Soul Ring and you just spam Breathe Fire like you said. And
I just don't. Yeah, it's like I know it works on all damage that's like in your attacks, but if it doesn't actually, like, it doesn't say you're on your damage count that you're getting the Tidebringer damage. So I was curious.
On top, are they diving? Oh,
there's a disjoint, like you said.
It's actually really important. Otherwise, because I just played against EG where they did it, and I'm a Wind Ranger, and I got netted and just died.
We watched that.
Hey.
Well,
don't bring it up, dude.
You're the one who brought it up.
Hey, you guys hear the reason why he played support?
Oh, why was it?
Because my 5-position player said I'm playing Night Stalker, and I'm like, wait, what? It was like when the game already started.
So the game was just over when he said that.
Yeah, I mean, I said we're gonna try to like play a fun lineup seriously, but then he just did that, and I was like, well, I guess we're not taking this seriously.
All right. Well, I like Z-Freak getting some good harass. It's crazy how important regen is now. Like, you'd rather not get a first blood and save your regen than like suicide your regen for a first blood.
Mid lane's gonna get maybe a little bit of damage on your war here under tower with that X combo.
A tower shot. So
gonna force him to salve. It's not bad.
Pop it there.
Soul Ring though already.
Not the most scary game for either side in the early laning phase.
Most notably, you have a Drow lane with 8 denies 10 denies total, but 8 on the drow.
Yikes.
But I think that's the problem with running Night Stalker, especially against like this dual ranged, is that when you pick this Darkseer, you want a presence that can actively go on the enemy hero, because otherwise you just are throwing down Ion Shell and they're constantly denying you. Like, you need to be able to actually have a kill combo, otherwise it's just deny city.
Is Yuar in trouble? No, I mean, he's not in trouble.
He's gonna take damage, but he's fine. He's got a soul ring.
Yeah. It's blocking him quite a bit, but
like how it's like actually doing nothing though.
Yeah.
With the Tango up, he's actually doing no damage.
That Dragon Blood, pretty good. Oh, Bramble Maze put down. MSS figuring out the maze. That's so close. Can't get through this tree right here, so like, Mirana will take one.
He's like, wait, I got a Stout Shield and 3 mangoes. I don't take any damage anyways.
Yeah, he's fine. Slark, as kind of expected, he's not having the best start bottom lane. Resolution, he'll be fine. I mean, he has SVG backup if anything. There's that Fortune's End. Purging off the Ion Shell right away. Surge on out, so yeah, the Oracle pick already proving its worth early in the laning phase against the Darkseer. Is there reason, I mean, you can't really switch though, right? If you're complexity, you just keep it down here with the Darkseer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Slark does that much better at this point. If you look at the CS Drow compared to Slark, having a much better start.
That just has to feel so bad though. The Ion Shell literally every time is just getting purged off at SVG.
Drow does have 11 denies. Mirana has 6. Yeah, the deny game's so strong with the Drow aura.
Mirana already hits for 80.
Ouch. What do you like seeing? We've been seeing a lot of MKB first. Like, even when there's no evasion, MKB first Miranas, or are you still like the Maelstrom Mirana?
It depends on what your position on the team is. If you're the hard one, I think the Maelstrom's generally better.
Okay.
But especially in this game, because I think he wants to get an early BKB, because that's his only way out of the X and Pounce combo. Like, between the two of them, that's the only way out. So I think he'll probably go like a transitional item into the BKB, so Maelstrom being cheaper.
This is the one cool thing about the Ion Shell +1 play, is that you can always put the Ion Shell on the 4 position and have him TP up to the top lane. And all of a sudden this gank is going to be super potent.
Level, where it is nighttime.
He's only level 2.
Does he have silence?
No silence. Tried to go for the pounce.
Did not connect, snaking a little too quick, and now the net in return. No arrow follow-up, though. Bramble Maze, in fact, MSS. Going to be able to make his way out of there.
Dude, he just got worked by those right clicks on Z-Freak.
Yeah, he had the Shadow Realm very defensively there.
So you guys have been seeing MKB Mirana?
I saw it a couple times, I want to say.
I did see it a couple times,
MKB, it's like treads Aquila wand, and then you get like the Javelin, right?
I thought this is just I thought this is just a Wind Ranger meme.
No.
Oh, wow. Almost goes down right there with the Star Storm, but he survives. Z-Freak, however, will fall. That's the first blood.
This is not good for complexity.
Naga Mirana is such a strong lane.
They're getting dumpstered right now in lanes, like top and bottom lane. And look at DK. It's even. So you're winning 2 lanes and you're even on 1 lane.
And he happens to be top CS overall. Arcane Rune also will be picked up.
For the first Dragon form, the pure value.
80-second cooldown. 60-second duration. Pretty good. Z-Freak soaking up some experience top lane, but yeah, it goes back to this is going to be free farm for snaking now.
Just look at the 2 range cores and denies. 20 and 12. 32 denies. And denies are decent this patch, too. So
especially range creep denies. They're gigantic.
Well, they're running at resolution.
No Iron Shell, though.
Yeah.
And he's full mana, so this Oracle will make it completely useless.
Jesus.
There's no Fate's Edict just yet. It's for the heals from Oracle, but
good old level 4 Slark gank.
Dude, these lanes are like so perfect right now for VGJ Storm.
He's surging them in.
All right, they want this kill on somebody. There's a TP, though, from actually 2 heroes. Dragonite comes in with the other dragon form. Slark is in trouble. Frost Arrow's helping to slow him down. He goes down Darkseer TP. That's not going to work. Double kill for Resolution. Ambitious play from complexity, no doubt.
I mean, this Drow's level 6 and Slark's level 4.
And like, they didn't even commit their hard carry, right? Snaking's just sitting up top farming. Like, you commit your Arcane Rune Dragon form bottom to counter gank, and you get 2 kills, and you're still winning.
They did lose half their tower mid, but I mean, that's a very small price to pay to get that, like, pressure off of your Drow. This is a level 2 Night Stalker.
Wow, is it really? Yeah.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it's not even a support Night Stalker, it's a 5 Night Stalker, which just, if you say it's a 5 Night Stalker, Cap, would you say bad or good?
Terrible.
Like, it's not good, especially in daytime now that Void, like, you used to be able to cancel TVs, or at least you had something. You can't even do that anymore.
Yeah, this first nighttime has been
garbage.
Pretty useless. Only level 2.
The entire nerfs were pointed at support Night Stalker.
Yeah. and now you make him even worse than 4. Like, you're not even going to have farm or levels.
Dude, I want to see the odds. If they're not like 4-1, I'm pretty sure it's wrong.
But it's probably like 6 or 7-1 right now.
I was going to say, it's probably more than that at this rate. It's 4,000 net worth lead at 8 minutes in, and there's no sign of complexity having any kind of recovery, frankly. I mean, Kunkka, I guess, being played by Limp, maybe top lane if he gets a kill up here, but that's not going to happen. Rana's already falling
Once again,
back.
if you're ahead, just don't die.
Yeah.
And you win.
And one of you talked about, right, how they do like on complexity rotating that position 1 core to get kills. Like, they just tried that, right?
Yeah.
And it failed. It's like VGJ. I mean, if we know it, right, VGJ clearly knows it.
I mean, it's way different when you have like heroes of Slark rotating this early.
The way it works is like if you're ahead in this patch, the enemy team usually only has 1 move.
Is this 2 towers?
Might be.
If they wanted, I think they could, but they definitely could.
Draw's already giving everyone 31 damage.
There's no way Complexity's fighting this. I mean, they have nothing really to...
Well,
I guess they have Kunkka.
Yo, ho, ho.
They do got the ship, and it actually does hit Drow Resolution.
I mean, he's just going to TP top and shrine. Yep.
So he's fine.
A defense, though.
Yeah, it prevents the tower. That's the good news for Complexity. I guess they did have enough.
This is a level
Kunkka.
4 Slark.
This is just so much, like, you can just tell VGJ Storm's doing everything correctly, and Cole's not doing anything wrong, but, like, they're just out-drafted.
He's just dead.
He's dead. Like,
walks right up.
This just feels like a complete out-drafted at this point.
It is, yeah.
Slark, is this maybe a... What can you get on Slark at this point, BSJ? Would you maybe go, like, Hannah Midas? Is there anything
I'm telling you, you're going to lose all your towers before you even can fight.
Shadowblade. Like, can't even
you just still have to get Shadowblade?
I'm saying you still have to go Shadowblade. And by the time you have Shadowblade, you're going to have lost every single outer tier tower, maybe even more.
Okay, here we go.
There's that Fate's Edict, Fortune's End. He's dead,
This is a start. I mean, that's honestly huge, except for the fact that they didn't give it to Slark. It went to Z-Freak.
I don't think they had detection, did they? So he had to, like, take it before he went invis.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's like, you have to get the kill, but it's unfortunate it didn't go to Slark. This patch is just like the more and more you get behind, you can't even show in lanes anymore. And heroes like Slark heavily rely on being able to just like clear waves with Pact and leave. He's gonna get his level 6 mid though, I think.
Oh, I was gonna say, I mean, yeah, Outer Dragon Form is back up, but Slark, 1 more creep kill. He doesn't have it yet. Just putting some damage in though is Yuar and. Fire! Oh my god, that actually almost killed him.
He might still die? He's actually dead.
Oh my god.
And he's still not level 6. It just continues.
Ow. I mean, that's just a moment where these good players, like, I try to emphasize pressure a lot, and like a lot of people don't really understand what that means. Yuar knows that he's level 8, and the Slark's level 5, and he knows there's absolutely nothing Slark could do. So he just runs up to him, and he's like, maybe this won't kill him, but he's just going to go back to base, best case scenario.
And if it didn't, you just push the tower,
yeah.
whatever.
What are you going to do? If you could rotate 5 heroes middle, and then the other 2 heroes
and then Mirana's going to take your tier 2.
It's a very high probability play with 0 outcome that's bad.
And that's what pressure means, and like that's why when you're ahead in competitive right now, with how snowball it is, it's just so easy to keep this lead.
Ooh, nice. Z-Freak does catch the vision very quickly there.
Yeah, you can only imagine the feeling of VGJ Storm right now. They know that this means TI for them, and obviously you got to keep your composure at the same time, but they got to be feeling so good.
Oh man,
with this lead.
He's actually going Manta on snaking, which is quite interesting because it doesn't get you out of X or leash. Obviously Slark very low on the concern list, but he could still die to the Shadowblade Kunkka once he comes online in 600 gold.
It's high damage and it gets you out of Night Stalker, I guess. Like, you're going to get a Manta later in the game for damage anyways, so I guess.
It's just interesting. Yeah. Like, I feel like a lot of people itemize to just not die to whatever their source of killing you is.
Oh, so close.
Easy there, Angry Bear. So it's a 7k lead at 12 minutes. It's 5-1. The thing is, VGJ Storm, they don't have to ever, like, they can just farm up. We've seen, like, Drow Ranger's actually useful late game now.
Yeah. Like, the DD rune top, too. They might even, like, just do Roche. Yeah. They're going to see it, I think. Maybe. They're going to check it right now. They honestly could just Roche with this.
I'm pretty sure you could.
Probably waiting for the call, but in the meantime, complexity, they're also smoked. Slark is the only one not with them. They do have Dark... Did they have Dark Well, no, he hasn't leveled it up yet. Yeah, he's not too surprising. No vacuum either.
It's pretty much this. One of your cores is completely countered by one support at this point in the game. Feels pretty bad.
And they have no way of like reliably jumping the Oracle without Slark being a hero in the game. So Oracle will reliably like be able to purge Ion Shells, save her cores. And so anytime Mirana wants to play aggressive on the map, he's just gonna have an Oracle behind him. So maybe that's the reasoning. Is like, who cares about Slark and X combo if I just have an Oracle behind me at all times?
True.
Obviously, Oracle's getting her farm or getting bottom farm right now, but he doesn't need to be near Mirana when he's at a tier 1.
Almost level 7 now.
Almost got power treads. In fact, he has the gold for it.
God, that is sad.
Recovery. Shadowblade finished on Kunkka meanwhile, so we can't forget about Limp. He is doing a good job with farm.
I mean, they scale well against the VGJ Storm lineup. It's just like, if you actually can get there or not, this game's looking pretty grim in order to actually get to that point where your heroes do what they're expected to do.
Free kill. Free kill.
That's what I was talking about with the X combo.
Pull him right back into your trap. Is it enough damage, though? Snake King, he's good for now. The Bedlam can't run him down. And the auto attacks. The false promise comes out, and now here's the turn.
Oh, no.
That's got to feel so bad for compLexity. So close yet so far.
Yeah, Z-Freak had to commit with that Bedlam earlier. He was...
Yeah, he didn't. He held it. That was awesome.
Yep.
I mean, you're going to get that kill. You're both still dying, but at least you would have got the kill.
Yeah.
Now
maybe they'd be able to terrorize and save themselves. You never know. Unlikely, but...
And now a regen rune, too.
Why not?
Okay, Z-Freak, you have no ability to get in there except to scare him out, and Night Stalker steals it. Let's see it. They could.
It's possible, I guess.
Now
yeah, they're just going to song.
Song, and then guarantee it.
Kill as well.
Kill Night Stalker.
Arrow him.
Boom.
You have to do it, right? You're actually so far behind this game. Dying there doesn't even mean anything to Adam.
Yeah. And on VGJ's side, they're going to commit every single thing they possibly can to secure the 0% chance that they lose Rush. That was interesting. Dragon Knight stunned a creep to keep his regen rune going because the creep had an Ion Shell on it. That was interesting.
Bottom lane. I mean, Moo was farming bottom during that, so you see the Shadowblade progress. It's going.
They actually might kill him.
Into a Bramble, into a Pounce. Again, the damage, though, it doesn't feel like it's going to be enough. Snake King, once again, will survive.
Okay, they force reactions.
They are. Space created, that's a way to put it.
Oh my god, his damage
Auto attacks.
Kunkka's coming, but there's a shrine.
So much.
And that's a we're 8k up on you, not dying.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Like, that's a very good gank, but because they're up so much gold, it fails.
Yeah, compLexity seems like they have the right ideas, but exactly as you put it, Grant, that's net worth showing in.
When you're this far behind, you just can't play Dota. Meaning, like, what normally would work just doesn't. And at that point, you're like, what do we do?
They saw the ward get placed, too. Anything they do is just getting countered. He's body blocked.
Yeah, he knows.
Has to know. Yeah.
Well, what can he do at that point?
As Naga
TP, I guess, and Snare. There you go.
Barely, but they do get it. And they know the ward's there.
Oh, Drow, though. Is this actually a kill?
As Aegis. This is actually really out of position. What is he doing there?
Why do you Shadowblade early? I mean, they'll have to back up, but yeah.
Okay, well, I guess that's a start. You didn't kill him twice, but you got the Aegis.
Oh, he did it to save the siege unit. He literally committed an Aegis to save a siege unit.
Smart.
I mean, if there was
Value.
That siege unit does more than double damage of what a normal siege unit would do. So.
Yep. And if you click the E button.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay,
that's what he did, yeah.
Okay. I think it's fine.
Try to keep up with Grant.
Well, I mean, it just does amazing. Yeah, I'm with you. Mind in the game. It's just, I'm doing my Doctor Strange right now. I'm looking at every possible outcome for compLexity, and there is one.
What is it?
It's the 5-man vacuum into the 5-man cleave double Daedalus boat.
Okay. So that's at what minute in the game?
A minute they're not going to make it to.
Okay.
But I would say 40 minutes.
You said it was possible, yeah.
Okay, so if they get there...
anything is possible. I've seen the Lego movie.
Well, if you're Doctor Strange, you saw the outcome.
I did.
So it would be a minute, I mean...
But I was also daydreaming, so who knows if it was a real dream or a true prediction. Keep up, Break.
Fair.
Just kidding.
That doesn't work that way.
Oh.
Touche.
They have a Crimson Guard. On Moon, was that?
Wait.
Yeah, on Moon.
Darkseer. Okay,
Soul Ring Wand.
No boots.
Dude, I love it.
He might be in some trouble on Slark if he gets silenced. No. Oh,
Mirana, though. Meanwhile, Slark goes down bottom lane, but Mirana is caught, and this time they do have the damage.
Absolutely a good trade for compLexity.
Gold.
Look at it.
How do they not?
How did they only get
gold?
3-2-2 for that? Come on, Valve. You give them the right amount of gold. No memes, please. Yeah. They actually lost gold in that exchange somehow. Oh wait, no. Okay,
no, they definitely won.
The recap did not originally show the Mirana kill for whatever reason.
Yeah, no, they came out on top there, that's for sure. But.
So if you're VGJ Storm, when do you actually siege uphill? Is it next Aegis?
Yeah, it is next Aegis. Usually with Drow or like Huskar lineups, you like first Aegis, outer tier towers, second Aegis is base.
Yep, they're just going to take the last tier 2, so then there's one middle as well, but once you take these, if you win one team fight, you're just going to take the rest of the base.
Yeah, you're going to wait for Aegis. You're this far ahead. We've talked about it last game. The bounty runes, all the camps to farm. It's just so much net worth to accrue, so there's no reason to force uphill.
Kunko with that double damage rune to find an opportunity, but instead we'll just cleave down the middle lane. And fall back.
Yep. He's almost caught up to the Mirana, though, so he's doing a great job of keeping right up there. But the Slark, 5K, and it's not like Slark farms much quicker with any item. Like, he can stock heroes, maybe move around the jungle, but...
Yeah, his pact is his farm speed.
Yeah.
Oh, they know Darkseer's in the area. They saw the Iron Shell, and Yoar will be perfect on the guess. Got his Crimson Guard off, but there's no way he's living this, right? Surge.
I mean, Crimson Guard is sick, man. I told you. That's
the jukes.
TP, the jukes in the trees.
Oh, the creep helping him.
The creep blocked the TP.
Blink.
Oh, the blink from Yoar again.
Dude, the creep tried to hell. I can respect that creep.
Bottom lane. Meanwhile, Night Stalker also gets caught. Purifying Flames, plenty of nuke damage. Boat.
Nobody got X.
Got some creep kills. There's the
they're
X.
going for the Oracle.
False promise. He's got it in case. Doesn't even need it. We'll just heal up instead.
Value Shadow Amulet.
Oh, no. Gust on through. That's going to be a kill on Dark Willow for sure. Slark, he just kind of has to sit there and watch.
Now it's a tier 2 for sure.
He's got his Shadow Dance ready to go, but no Shadow Blade yet. We're now approaching 20 minutes in. That's a tier 2 tower kill for VGJ Storm, and I believe their biggest lead of the game, 11,000 net worth now.
Yep, they're killing it. They're playing it perfectly.
Oracle had to buy something right there.
Wards.
Oh, okay.
A lot of sentries.
Just wards.
He did buy it. He bought like 600.
There you go. Just
About
circle it.
Yeah.
Some.
BSJ, could you ever see yourself moving to be a support player, or is it not in like your mindset?
It's possible. I mean, it's something where you know, I constantly get reminded by my chat of my mechanical limitations. So that's probably.
What do you mean? Didn't you watch earlier today?
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah, that was the debut.
No, I think support play, it's all just knowing about the game, right? Because the reason why most captains are supports is because you're not busy doing much else than planning for your team, and you're like, what do my cores need? I'm going to buy it for them. I'm going to sit behind them. I'm going to my cores want to play this half of the map. I'm going to ward here. This is our objective. I'm going to smoke here. You know, that's what supports spend their time doing. So, you know, it's definitely a consideration. But you know, I have 2 months to ponder it. You know.
Yep. Go. They just farm up, take tier 2. I think you still. I think you take the middle tier 2 too before you do Roche. Just get rid of them. Don't give them any chance.
We saw the BKB finish there on Drow. Just a matter of being delivered out to him.
Jeez. And BKB's already done on Yawar as well. So almost all of the damage from complexity is magical. So will they catch Mirana here is the question. Slark still does not have Shadow Blade. He has it being delivered, but does not have it.
All right, Vacuum's been leveled up.
For Drow to have a BKB before the Slark has Shadow Blade is pretty feels bad, man, because that's like the only way you counter Drow.
That is the first part of how they win. Blink Dagger is up on Darkseer.
Okay.
So they have the Blink Vacuum Wall ready to go.
Now we need 2 Daedalus on the Kunko.
We can get. That's the biggest thing too, right? Like.
Daedalus?
It's cactus, cacti. It's cactus.
Daedalus.
Dude, they're sieging tier 3 right now because they know 2 people rotated top. So smart. Even if they don't get it, which they might. Like, hello, where's your Crimson Guard defending your tier 3? Anyone?
Unhealable.
The most. I know we're on net worth. Can we go back to last hits denies? I just want to see how many denies they ended with.
There you go.
58 total.
31-27. No, he's getting more. The Mirana just got 2 more. Mirana is now playing around. Oh, well, make it another. She's on 31-34. This Mirana's ruthless. Snake King is pure value. Against a Darkseer, right? That's just free experience.
That's how you win the lane against Darkseer, because he's going to kill every creep with Ion Shell, so the way you counter him. He's never really right-clicking the creeps, so if you're right-clicking them, he's just getting no XP. And obviously no farm.
They don't have a Yules yet on VGJ Storm side, so Kunko pretty free to
the tower.
Do what he's doing, but there's that tower. Wrap around.
They got this BKB DK.
He doesn't care. He's taking no damage.
I don't think he's really too concerned. In fact, Adam, he's the one that's dead. Okay, that's not going to work. Darkness, all for naught. 30 seconds he's dead for. Let's kill the Shrine. Why not?
Just do it. Commit all your cores. Where are your cores going? Just hit it.
And Mirana's pushing out top meanwhile. Her BKB is now just about there, 200 more gold or so.
Could sell his wand if you wanted.
Yep, there you go.
I don't like to, but I'm not going to go farm 200 gold and wait for the chicken. I'm just selling my wand too. I'm in the mind of him.
Blink. No, it's on cooldown now. So Lumion are using that blink to get away, at least in that case. Still no boots, just relying on the surge, and I guess a haste rune is nice too.
Cap, how's it going?
Anything interesting on Reddit over there, Cap?
Hello?
Not really.
Okay. Yeah, this is kind of one of those games where it's...
There's not, I mean,
What
one
more
team's
can you say,
clearly
yeah.
outdrafted a team, and one team's clearly outplaying.
We've had a couple of these
I got some analysis, you guys.
All right.
I'm ready to be the fourth man on the cast.
Hit me with it.
When you're 16,000 gold behind.
Yes, 17.
17,000 gold behind.
Go on.
Sit in your base and wait for VGJ Storm to make a mistake.
And then if they don't?
And then if they don't, then, well, you have lost. And you still have the playoffs to play.
That's true.
This reminds me of like one of those beetles that's been flipped on its back.
Oh yeah.
And it's kind of like the
John
legs are
Lennon?
squirming, and it's just hoping that somebody will
together.
Jesus. You're just like hoping somebody will come over and flip you, you know?
I think it's more like a turtle.
Yeah, it's
right?
like a
turtle does that.
I mean, I didn't want to, like, turtles are like, you know, people like turtles. I didn't want it to be a
gust
turtle.
into auto attacks. That's a death.
Nobody wants to see a turtle flailing.
That's
Nobody
true,
minds
that's
seeing a
sad.
beetle flailing, you know?
That's VG. He's fine.
Come on, VGJ, just
Roche
flip
is
him
up.
over. Let him have it. Just give him some legs.
Roche is up now, though, so.
Slark's in here, but they have a sentry.
Morana's living top lane. Yeah, they know exactly, and he
Oh,
gives
the
it away.
vacuum
There's a wall
blink combo.
It's okay. It's going to pull back in onto
And
Resolution,
no
but a
detection.
BKB TP,
Where's the 2-day list?
he gets out.
Data lie.
I'm going to lose it.
And now Morana's coming over the Moonlight Shadows. You are. Still has that blink. You'll find a chance on a limp. That's the prime target for VGJ Storm, and they make it happen.
The leap attack speed, holy
50
smokes.
seconds. He ain't coming back.
That is so much damage.
Hey, Roshan.
Hello.
This is what VGJ Storm have been waiting for to end the game, right?
Yep. I mean, they already pushed to tier 3 without it, but this is, oh, look at this. He knew something was up.
Wants to make him pay. Crimson.
No vision uphill, though. He has to run all the way up if he wants.
No BKB
Slate
either.
rolled out.
This is the chance for them to throw. Oh, no.
Never mind. You are jumps into the back lines. Night Stalker's picked off right away. Arrow's going to swing and a miss. Bramble Maze, Manta style to get out.
Oh, that's what the Manta was for.
Next level.
Not just the Night Stalker silence, but also the Bramble.
And into the old Rosharino.
And later he can have the mana burn.
That is true.
A lot of increased damage.
Cap, you always bring the next level to the cast.
I gotcha.
Thank you. Thanks for joining the conversation.
I'm the support to your carry in this cast.
Okay.
Like our normal pubs.
So, yep, if everything goes correctly, then it's because I did a good job. If
1
everything
to
goes
12.
fault, yours.
I would probably put it I'd probably say like 1 to 25,
It
honestly.
should probably be higher.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we talking about?
The odds.
Complexity
Oh.
odds.
It's 1 to
was it?
12.44.
So
I would say
if the
25.
odds are 1, if I bet like $1,000, do I make like $1?
Usually it was like 1.03.
Okay, it'd be like 1. Okay.
So you'd make 3 cents
I'd
per
make
dollar.
30. I'd make 3 cents per dollar. So I'd make $3
I mean,
if I bet 1,000.
go
Okay.
for it.
Okay.
Got
there
that going
go.
for you.
I mean, I would feel pretty confident.
Sounds worth it.
You know.
It'd be $100.
That's
right?
more than I made from this tournament.
$100 would net you $3.
come on, BSJ.
No, because you
streamed
Don't
your-
worry.
you
You were
streamed your
just you were
qualifiers.
1-0 off. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I was 1 game off of making it to the tiebreakers.
Yeah.
Feels bad, man.
Wow, what do you mean? I was 1 game off.
Yeah, but that's 2 extra days. Because even if you lose tomorrow, loser bracket gets played the next day. So that's 2 more days of gaming.
Yep.
You could always just do pubs.
Instead, you're sitting here with us, providing great analysis.
He's coming up with some way to
Oh
purposely
boy, Night
mispronounce
Stalker's dead. Snaking, BKB, just going to go toe-to-toe with
that.
Kunkka.
Oh, they're
His
just
own BKB
focusing him
this
during
sleep,
the
though.
BKB.
I love
That's not going to work.
This is G's, right? You drop them, I would.
Z-Freak, E2 is dead, and something tells me those GGs could be coming out. Vacuum wall
missed.
combo. Kind of hits. Gust in return, though. False promise on Drow Ranger just in case. Remember, she still has the Aegis.
This is when you farm the wall up, right? I would.
True.
Yes.
Yeah, we've seen people do that. GGs are called.
No.
VGJ Storm is going to TI, ladies and gentlemen.
I just want to point out that they won 22-2 with what was a 22K lead.
They deserve
this.
Yeah.
It
they
was a
absolutely
22
They should have
when I
given
was
them
gonna
1 kill.
Yeah, VGJ played perfectly. They drafted perfectly. I don't know. Cole, they went for the next level draft? I'm not sure, but
They did.
I want to say that was like I said it. I think it was in the first game today, maybe this one, but you can lose a draft in the first 2 picks, and I feel like that draft pick just caught him so off guard.
And it's weird, right? Because you have 3 more picks, and instead you're running a 5-position Night Stalker. That's it.
You feel like you're playing catch up in the draft. That's what happens though. Is when you lose the draft in the first 2 picks, it's not because like it makes it so you have to adjust. The reason why is because you have to adjust so heavily to what curveball they just threw at you that suddenly you have this Night Stalker 5.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, we got to mix it up. So we 3rd pick Darkseer, and then that gets hard countered, and then
They had to know the draft was coming. I mean, we did.
they were thought about it, but they don't think it's coming second. That's the thing.
But, I mean, VGJ opened within their very first game of these qualifiers. They opened with a first pick draft. I don't know. It just felt like Cole, they did definitely a tough draft, but they still have another game. They're playing for first seed now.
Yeah, who gets to play Team Baidu, which is, I would say...
No.
Oh,
no,
sorry, Immortals, who I would say is
I wish it was
slightly...
Team Baidu.
No offense, but I'd say Team
Weaker.
Immortals is slightly weaker than EG.
Whoever gets first seed. So, again, it's between compLexity and Optic now, like you're saying. So they play each other. Winner of that will get the first seed. We'll play Immortals in the first round. It is double elimination in the end, but still pretty
something
important,
to play
I think
for,
it's safe to say. There absolutely is. So compLexity, again, still has something to play for. It'll be them versus Optic. That'll be next. But, again, VGJ Storm can't stress enough. Congratulations to them, really. That's a big deal, obviously. Going to TI8, very deserving. They had a great season, and I know Jack is proud as well.
I mean, you are in snaking, right? They missed out in the like they were in winners bracket that whole time last year, and then they just got run over by a one-day hot DC team. And so you are in snaking. They finally get their revenge, and they make it.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
It's probably the best-looking roster that they've been on.
Easily.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the first time that they can make a pretty good splash at
they,
TI.
They can compete at TI.
Especially
Making
considering
TI3,
the
I
relative
like that,
strength of like all of the teams is going up. Like
sure.
VGJ Storm this year has looked
I think
really
they're
good.
a top 8 team.
Yeah.
There's definitely a way to argue that for sure. All right, we're going to go to that break, though. Optic versus compLexity will be next, again, deciding first place seed going into the playoff stage. But VGJ Storm, one more time, congratulations. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back.